Okay. Hola.
Hola.
Here we go. Part 4 of the Entrevista series, interviews. Esta entrevista está con la Señora Capper. ¿Sí?
Sí,
¿Cómo estás?
bien.
Bueno. Just describe really quickly, your experience in Spanish, whether you studied, when you started studying, if you ever started studying, self-taught, whatever.
Yep. I started in 7th grade, so I
Cool.
had a really amazing teacher from 7th grade all the way through 12th.
Cool.
So I did that, and then when I went to college, I think I tested out of like the first year of
Yep.
Spanish, and then I
Awesome.
did another year of Spanish there, so I guess it would have been up to about sophomore college level.
Awesome.
But then I just don't use it as much as I
Sure.
have, so yeah.
Well, that happens. So, where have you used it?
I actually started using it more when I was about 12. We took a mission trip to Monterrey, Mexico with a youth group that I was in at the time, which was pretty cool, and helped those guys build a church and do some really groovy things down there. And then I just used it a little bit just here and there with students that I've had in the past who spoke primarily Spanish, and so helped them out that way, and various other
Cool
excursions.
Has there ever been like a moment or something you can remember from a trip or an interaction with someone where it started to mean a little bit more, or like you had a little more motivation to keep with it? Or
Well, I would say even on that first mission trip, that definitely happened. There was a girl that I kind of befriended down there, and we I wanted to continue that friendship with her.
Was she a Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we kind of wrote to each other for a little while,
cool.
and so that was really, really fun.
Pen pals, old school pen pals.
Yeah.
Great. Do you wish it was something you could keep up a little more with? I know we're obviously busy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm happy to keep at it when I can, and I still do try to do some, work with it, and I have some, resources at home that
Sure.
I still go back
like
to
reading
and
a
look
little
at.
bit, or like
Yep, and like just
textbooks, or
well, I also picked up just some charts for like the verb forms.
Oh, yeah.
Because for me, it's harder to remember all the different ways to conjugate verbs in
Sure.
the past tense.
Oh,
and
they know
future.
exactly what you're talking about.
That's the hardest part for me. But I
Right.
actually use it sometimes, just even when we go out to like a Mexican restaurant or things like that.
Sure.
I do still use it some, and I just think it's a beautiful language. So that's
Awesome.
my deal.
Cool. What would you say to my Spanish 4 class? They're about to be uncaged and flowing freely into the world,
Right.
with some pretty good Spanish skills, and they know that.
Yeah, which is awesome. I would say definitely keep doing that. Keep studying that. Keep using the language, because the more you use it, the easier it gets and the more natural it feels.
Yeah, it's like cement. You kind of just, if you let it set, eventually it's permanent. Right?
Yeah, for sure. You have to keep at it.
Cool. Okay, awesome. Muchas gracias.
De nada. Adios.